They call it the Green Hell. The Nürburgring Nordschleife is the most dangerous racetrack in the world. 20 kilometers, over 170 corners, elevation changes that no simulator fully captures. I've done this track as a passenger. Now I'm on the driver's seat. Anton's BMW 235 Racing, manual gearbox, and a plan to make sure I don't mess this up. Here is how we prepared, how we set the car up, and how we believe you should approach your first laps without making the mistakes most people do. Let's get straight into it. Yo, and what's up, ladies and gentlemen? My name is Oscar. As you can see behind, we have Anton's beautiful 235 Racing back in the video. I'm gonna drive today, finally, my long-awaited laps on the Nürburgring Nordschleife, and I thought it's a good idea for me, to basically show you a little bit. I do have some track experience, of course. I know more or less what I'm doing. That's what I'm saying now. Knock on wood. That doesn't bring us any bad karma. I've never driven on the Nordschleife, and I thought it's a great idea to show you a little bit how I approach a new track, a new car, some track of this danger level. And so come with me. First stop, obviously gas station, putting some gas, having a coffee without lactose-free milk, so maybe we're gonna have some diarrhea around the lap. But wish us luck that everything goes well so far. We're checking tire pressures, we put some gasoline. After some little complications to get the car started, now it's running, and we're on our way to the Nordschleife. Come with us, let's go. So now we're driving. Of course, it's Anton's car. Most importantly, that it stays in one piece. But what I'm doing until now, it's basically checking a little bit the gears, getting a feeling for the clutch, because I haven't been driving manual ever on track, I would say. And so even more important that I get used to it a little bit. And another very important factor, I think, is now being on track, that my main focus is not on doing the fastest laps and being always in the right gear, but rather first getting a feeling on what is the ideal line, where to brake, where does the car does what, where the front gets slide, where the rear gets slide. And that's much more important, even if you're sometimes in a too high of a gear, or even if it's too low of a gear. But just generally understanding first the track and the grip levels and everything before getting properly up to grips with that. Also, as you can see, we are only halfway prepared. That's why we're both not wearing a helmet, neither gloves, but for just 1-2 installation laps should be fine like this. First, getting a feel more or less of what the car is doing, understanding that for now you have ice cold tires. That's why we checked also tire pressures now. We went, generally already pretty low, but of course with the temperature they're gonna increase, so then they might be a little bit too high, which is still better than too low, especially if you don't know the track so well, because you don't know how many curbs you're hitting, and the last thing we want is a tire failure. But even now on the street already, you can start getting a little bit of a feeling of the grip levels. Luckily, we have the ideal conditions that you can have on the Nordschleife probably. It's still pretty cold, 6.5 degrees, but beautiful sunshine. And nothing should stand in our way, so probably we're gonna see each other already now on track. We'll try everything now that this onboard camera is working. So you can have your own idea of how bad of a driver I am. So let's go. Another thing, before you start hating me that we're driving without helmet, there's no need or no obligation to wear a helmet, obviously, otherwise we wouldn't be entering the track now. But generally, of course, I would always recommend a helmet, even though sometimes if you still have airbags installed, it might be even better not to have a helmet. It has deactivated airbag, so this car actually you should wear a helmet. But jokes aside, of course we're gonna take it very chill. Of course, always the first thing I tell to everybody that wants to go on track is check your mirrors. It's the most important thing. always to know what's happening around you, and like this you can drive fairly safe anywhere on track. But yeah, in regards to not wearing a helmet, it helps also if you have a friend, instructor next to your side. If you don't wear a helmet, you can actually understand, because otherwise if you have closed helmets that most people have, you have much difficulty to understand each other, and there's the police. Let's hope that they don't pull us over. But yeah, we're here at the Nürburgring. Look at this beautiful scenery. It's probably the best Germany has ever created. A lot of history in this place, and we're part of it. Nice. First meters, most important. Getting brake, tires and everything a little bit on temperature, and always check the mirrors because there's already people flying by, come from fast laps. Yeah, and here we are already on the very first lap ever on the Nordschleife for me. Of course, you will see, just put a couple of cuts inside where you see how goddamn slow I am. Good footwork here, heel and toe. No, just kidding. So, as you can see, it's really just checking the mirrors, making sure that there's no GT3 flying in the back of us, and really understanding what is where, if there's any liquids on track, anything that I should be aware of for the upcoming laps where we try to go a little bit faster. Of course, already first incident, yellow flags, always a good moment to breathe a little bit. But yeah, generally getting a feeling, you see it's plenty of cars in there. So main focus definitely just lays on learning again how to drive a manual car and understanding the ideal line of the track. Yo, and first 2 laps done. Second lap felt already much better, but yeah, you saw the first lap, everything pretty sketchy. I just feel how much experience you need on the Nordschleife, because yeah, I mean, also I underestimate the grip levels because I'm turning in way too early, because I'm just too used to street tires and generally street cars with less camber in the front, which means like how much degrees of angle the front tires have. But nevertheless, second lap already felt much better, but also I feel how easy it is to lose the car, which we saw now on the second lap. Some guy crashed his Renault. That's why the track is closed. Everyone is going out. But yeah, what a track, what an experience. And yeah, I hope we can go again now after we fix the gear shifter, because it's rubbing loose. So yeah, let's go, and thanks for watching already, guys. So yeah, final preparations here in the old pit lane, where you can make a little stop after already entering the Nordschleife. So here we go, finally uncut my very first lap on Nürburgring Nordschleife after the first just checking around the track laps. So as you can see, thanks God I have Anton, my instructor, with me, who in my eyes is very fast on the Nordschleife, and I'm sure in his ones as well. So yeah, already correcting me here in the first corner, telling me it's the wrong line. But yeah, nevertheless, I just wanted to go and feel what's right for me. What's definitely much better already, as you can see, I'm overtaking an M2 here, so I have much more confidence, and that's just purely based on the first 2 slower laps I did. And yeah, let's just follow along the lap, see a little bit if I make some comments, or you just watch what's going on. Also now, as you can see, after a couple of laps, the tires are up to temperature. Now we can finally also start hitting some curbs. On the Nordschleife, hitting curbs, I think it's just something you can only do if you have an instructor with you, because yeah, if you don't know which curves you can take and which you don't, you easily end up in the wall super quickly. And of course, video doesn't really take justice, but we're going 200 kilometers an hour here in Model S, turning in at 140. I know this is very slow, and you can see on the delta here how much faster Anton went. Obviously, that was not the same day. This part of the track, Schwedenkreuz, something where you can really easily have a high-speed crash. So yeah, definitely very important that you have some gas in this corner and not just roll through it because the car gets too light. You need to get some load on the tires. Now into the foxhole, crazy part of the track. Here also very easily to lose the car because you really need to be straight on braking, and this is one of the curves that you can't take anymore. So this, in my eyes, more or less one of the easier passages of the track. Also, as you can see, there's many cars that, well, you can argue if they should be on the racetrack or not, but that's the beauty about the Nordschleife, that basically everyone is allowed. Well, not everyone anymore, but yeah, many different types of cars. So that's what makes it even more dangerous, of course. So that's why also, you really need to watch your mirrors, and you really should not go to the limit, but rather just make sure that you're always on the safe side. Now here, the slowest part of the racetrack. As you can see also on the steering wheel inputs I'm giving, I'm already pushing much more than before. So definitely there's still millions of room to improvement, but I was already quite happy with the performance for, this only being the third lap I've ever done on the Nordschleife, so don't roast me too much. Nürburgring, which I definitely showed that I don't have much mood because I went pretty slow. This corner is called Nürburgring, which is brave corner because it's a very high speed corner, and you can easily send the car into the wall here. Now slowly we're approaching the entrance into the carousel. A little straight, and then we go right into it. Unfortunately, the car in front of us would not let us pass before it, so we're pretty much stuck here behind this Dutch or French Ford Fiesta. And now this passage after the carousel, it's a lot about flow. Until the carousel, I pretty much knew the track from the simulator, of course, at least where you're going. But now this passage for me, it's, and I think for many people, difficult to remember where it's going. It's very much about flow. You don't really have reference points like on Grand Prix tracks or general race tracks where you know, okay, you're gonna brake at the 100-meter mark and then you turn in at, I don't know, 30 meters or whatever it is. Here it's really based on feeling, and if you don't know where the track is going and where the bumps are and whatever, it's really easy to lose a corner. Now we're approaching YouTube corner. Here is where many people watch to send people into the wall. Luckily not us today. And yeah, this also now what we're gonna approach, it's pretty crazy for me. It's pretty much full gas all the way. Here, Pflanzgarten 2, your car is in the air. I don't know if we were at this moment, but yeah, I just wanted to make sure the car comes back in one piece. So you see that I'm driving a little bit like a pussy. This part of the track, I had no idea. You really drop into like feeling like a roller coaster. In the first lap, I thought, holy fucking macaroni, what's going on this lap already? It feels much more safe. And yeah, we're approaching already the end of the lap. Now, soon the second carousel, or mini carousel, I'm not entirely sure how you would call it in English. Yeah, in also easy here if you're too early on the gas to send the car into the wall. And yeah, now basically 2 right turns and we're back on the Döttinger Höhe on the main straight. And yeah, that's already 1 lap. Of course, I'm over a minute slower than Anton, but yeah, he didn't, as I said, set this time at this day, and neither I'm anywhere close to his levels on the Nordschleife. Thank you guys very much for watching. I hope you enjoy this little puppy as much as I do. I see you another time, and don't forget to subscribe. There's a lot of stuff coming, so yeah. Thank you guys, and see you later. Ciao, ciao.